So let's talk about adding fractions for a minute. And in this case, we have 1/4 plus 1/4. And I drew a picture to help me understand what's happening. So first, I'm going to shade in one of the four pieces. I have my circle divided into four pieces. They should be equal pieces. My drawing's not perfect, but we can see that these are fourths. So if I shade in one of those four pieces, that's 1/4. And over here, I'm going to shade in another one of those four pieces. And we're putting them together. Now, the common mistake here, is to say, well, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So 2/8, what does 2/8 look like? Well, let me draw another circle. And there's 4 equal pieces, but to make it be 8 equal pieces, I need even more. And 2 of those 8 pieces, there's 1, there's 2. So there's 2/8. Now, if I was to put this with this into one circle, let's see, I've still got this one. I'll bring it right there. There's that fourth. And then this one, I'll draw right there. There's that fourth. Now you can see when I put these 2/4 together, I've got a lot more than this 2/8. And this is why the answer 2/8 is not correct. The weird thing about adding fractions is that if I put 2/4 together, they are still fourths, right? This did not become an eighth when I added it. These are eighths. Eighths are smaller. It didn't shrink down because I added it up with another fourth. They are still fourths. So the fourth part doesn't change. It's just how many of them we had. We had 1/4 here and another fourth here. So what we really have is 2 of those fourths. Think of the fourths like a label. Like if we had 1 apple plus 1 apple, we'd have 2 apples. They don't change down here into oranges or something just because we added them. So the fourths stay fourths when we add fractions. And that's why 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4. So anytime you add fractions, the denominators, these bottom numbers here, they need to stay the same. The harder part about adding fractions is when they're not the same, because you have to make them be the same before you get to add them, which you'll get to learn later. For now, just remember, if I'm adding fourths, they stay fourths. If I'm adding thirds, guess what? They stay thirds. If I'm adding fifths, 2/5 and 1/5, they stay fifths. I add the 2 and the 1, get the 3, but they stay fifths. So the denominator will stay the same when you add a fraction. Okay, hopefully now that you have watched this, you understand how to add fractions with the same denominators. And the key is that the denominator doesn't change. If there's any part of this that you didn't understand, make sure that you go back and rewatch it. Think about this. You want to understand it. All right, thank you for watching.